Hello everyone, it's Mark. Have you eaten? Today I want to kind of go over the latest Devstream, Devstream 8 that VE put out for TennoCon this year. I think the biggest news is that the game is pseudo-launching into open alpha, so anyone who signed up for Soulframe before, I think, 11:59 Eastern Time today can play Prelude forever until the game full launches, so like, go sign up now if you haven't. And we also kind of already known that the developers have been aiming for a full release of this game sometime this year, but honestly, I think it seems like the game might not release until next year, which, to be fair, is still a lot faster than I was personally anticipating, considering that it's still in pre-alpha right now. But yeah, I was expecting like maybe 2 3 years, right? These things take time. Like, in addition to that, any progression that you make in Prelude should carry over to the full game whenever it launches. So like, it's quite valuable to anyone playing right now to keep progressing. There shouldn't be any more account resets. The dev stream also kind of recapped on stuff that we already have in Prelude 10, things like the sidearm system, like new armors, new weapons, new quests, things like that. We are kind of already encountered those on this channel, so I don't really feel like I need to talk about that. But what is new is that motes are returning in a rework state. The mote system works and acts like ultimates, which they had in the packs from the older Preludes, I remember, but they took them out from in this one, I think. And so it works kind of like ultimates in other games and in Warframe, but instead of being tied to the pack now, it's tied to your weapon. There's also more customization options, things like more hair. I think they also said they were making a more robust character creation system. And then there's also, I think they said there's a vanity system for weapons. So if you like a certain weapon's look, but the stats aren't as good or it doesn't fit your build, then you can replace the appearance of it. And I think maybe it might be for armors too, hopefully. I don't think it really makes sense to have a vanity system where it doesn't have both weapon and armor, but that's just me. And finally, the biggest one, in my opinion, is there's an addition of a new technique system where you can customize your character's fighting style. The CEO, I think his name's Steve, he called it like a historical martial arts manual that you write yourself. They didn't really go into detail on how the system functions, but I think they say something like, in place of a skill tree, you learn techniques from ancestors and quests, and then you put them into your own book. I kind of speculate that this system will work like Absolvers, if you guys know that games, the martial arts system. For those who don't know, Azar is a game from, I think, like 2017, something like that, where you kind of just go around beating people up, fist fighting. It had both PvE and PvP, but the main gimmick of that game was that you had certain fighting styles, and within those fighting styles, you made a deck of moves. So like, there's certain types of punches, kicks, elbows, and then you kind of put these like one card would be like a straight punch, or then the second one would be like a hook, and then like another card would be like a roundhouse kick, right? So depending on the order that you put those cards in, that was your main combat flow, right? So whenever you auto attacked your normal attack, it would go in the order that you set it, right? And because of that system, everyone's builds were extremely different. Some people they put like only elbows or like shoulder moves and stuff like that, right? I don't think Soulframe is going to have like that detailed like an Absolver, but you can imagine something like where you can build like, hey, my moves are more dodge centric, and I use a sword, right? Or like I maybe have a parry based spear build, or like a closer range a bow build, something like that, right? You can imagine everyone's fighting style will not be different, even though despite them using the same weapon. I'm really personally excited for this system because Absolver was a really fun game, but we'll have to see what DE cooks. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's pretty much all the new content they cover, but yeah, so make sure you guys eat good food, stay fed, and go grab Soulframe and play now if you haven't already. See you guys later. Bye.